Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. I'm Mike Amos. He's Forrest, and he is here today representing the people of Pike County. Is that right?
Right. Today's the 29th day of January, and we got about 17 more days till Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And so I think what I want to do is I want to pull down our china, rinse it off, wash it off, set it up, and I'm going to do a home cooked show enough meal for Jody and Abby. My two sweethearts in my life. And today is National Daisy Day. It's National Kazoo Day. I wish I could get one of those kazoos that blows. And for all you Lego fans out there, it's National Lego Day. Yeah. You'd be surprised the number of people that have Lego sets that love putting them together.
I bet. Of course, Forrest Lee is our guest host today, and we appreciate him, especially filling in for me while I was gone. And right now, I'm alive and well, and hopefully we'll be getting better.
You feel stronger every day?
Yeah, I feel stronger, and I feel excited about getting better. With the treatment that this has given me.
Yes, sir.
And of course, what they do, they go into your brain, and there's a procedure that they can do to help Parkinson's patients.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a Parkinson's patient, and I shake, and what I hope it'll do is take away the shakes.
Right, and Michael J. Fox, who was on that TV show, he's a comedian in Back to the Future movies. He's donated a lot of money to that research, and that's probably when I first remember about how Parkinson's. I had a good friend in Goshen whose father had it, but the research has come a long way.
That's right, and this as a surgeon in Birmingham, that's one of the best in the world at doing it, and it was a gruesome surgery, but at the same time, I think what its benefits is going to outweigh the problems or the tough surgery that it was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It'll pay off. And good news, we've talked about Mr. Raymond Lefford. He's doing well. He hopes to come home today, and but we are tickled that Mr. Raymond's on the mend.
And I tell you, Forrest went back by the bakery again, and it's
Trojan Donuts.
Trojan Donuts, and it is really good. And what you do, in order to make them even better, when you get them, you put a good fist down, and hey, now you got twice as much.
Yeah, get the donut holes and just mash them down. It's like eating a little mini pancake.
Exactly right.
With sugar on top.
Of course,
already.
I got my gotcha hat on, and it's hiding something, and we know that. And one of these days, my hair is going to go back, and I won't wear this hat every day on the show.
It's the Payne Stewart look.
Nick Easton has been hired as Auburn's defensive line coach, and Forrest, tell us a little bit about him.
Well, let's see if I find my notes. He's played a lot of pro football. I believe he played at Clemson. He's from Lyons, Georgia. Played at Toombs County there, well known for football. But he played college football at Clemson. He was drafted by the Broncos. He's played for the Broncos. I believe he had an Achilles tear his first year, but then he later played for the Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cardinals, and he has coached for the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, the Tennessee Titans. He's coached at Austin Peay. He's coached for the Cincinnati Bengals recently. He was hired from the Cincinnati Bengals, and they had a pretty good year till their quarterback, Joe Burrow, went down. So I know Auburn's tickled to have him, and from Georgia, and I played at Clemson. That's a good recruiting tool that, if you're from Georgia, that's a good hire for Auburn to.
Of course, a very experienced defensive line coach, and of course comes on. We're going to be able to give you Auburn's and Alabama's schedule for next year. That's one of the things that we want to make sure we do. And of course, we've got a call coming in right now. Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
Mike Amos calling in from Grayton Beach. Is that right?
Yeah, it was 72 degrees yesterday, and now it's 42 degrees. It's changed a little bit overnight.
Oh yeah,
wind down here.
No question about it. And it is cool up here today. I promise you.
Well, yesterday at the golf course, it was kind of nice in the morning, and well, it got better like in the afternoon. But about 3 o'clock or so, I had about 10 guys to roll in to want to play golf. Well, by 4:30, it was cold.
Yeah.
The wind was blowing, and I got out there for about an hour and a half and played with them. Since they were out on the course just riding around playing golf, I just locked the door and got my clubs, and I married up with
You
some
don't
of them.
reckon you had any of their friends show up, do you?
No. After about 3 o'clock, 3:15, we don't let out carts, but you can still come up and walk.
Exactly.
And I left my phone number on the door, and so I played a few rounds with some of them, trying to get ready for a tournament in May.
Yeah, because that's a lot of fun, no question about it.
I used to work at a golf course in Birmingham, Highland Park, and it was downtown Birmingham. And I was always amazed. It didn't matter how cold it was. It didn't matter if it was 15 degrees. You still have the same group of guys come out there and play golf. It didn't matter weather conditions. Even if it was raining, they'd come out.
Yeah. Right. You know, Forrest has got to get rid of, got to get ready for what we call tomorrow we've got to get ready for
the polar bear plunge.
Polar bear plunge.
Yeah.
Man, hey, listen, Mike. You talk about a trooper. He's gonna jump in a pool of freezing cold water.
Well, actually,
Forrest, let me finish this real quick. When I worked at Highland Park, Graham McDowell played golf at UAB, so I used to go down there and talk to Graham McDowell and watch him hit golf balls. Of course, he won the U.S. Open. And then Tiger Woods came in with his first tee program that was sponsored by Outback Steakhouse. And I'll never forget, Outback Steakhouse brought corporate in, and everybody there was eating onion blossoms and bacon cheese fries and steak.
Wow.
For the event. But, I mean, I always tell that. I think I worked out there for like 7 or 8 months and got to hang out with Graham McDowell all the time. And then Tiger Woods even came out there.
Wow.
Just amazing.
How old was Tiger Woods at that time?
It was recent, fairly recent.
It wasn't. I was 24 years old, probably 24. So it was 24 or 25, so at least almost 20 years ago.
Wow. You know, when I was in LaGrange, Georgia, I'd go to the driving range that was owned by Alan Dole.
Yeah.
And I was amazed just to watch him just shot after shot. It looked identical. It looked like a hockey shot, a slap shot. But
he was a good. He was on the seniors tour, really, really good.
Right. Yeah.
Tell us more about this this dive that you're going to make.
Well, the Polar Bear Plunge is a fundraiser. It's the second year that they've done it.
And we're still looking for more people, too.
Right. The Troy Pike County Habitat for Humanity is the sponsor, and it's a fundraiser for them. They're looking for corporate sponsors. They're looking for plungers. If you want to plunge, it's a $25 fee. You have to sign a waiver and fill out some stuff. There will be paramedic.
What is a waiver?
Well, you just sign a release that you're not holding anybody liable. But they've got medical personnel there. They'll have hot towels. They'll have coffee, compliments of Village Coffee. But according to Diana, when she was on the show, they've had just a tremendous response.
Isn't that wonderful? And
right now they're on hold looking for a home to establish for someone in need here in this area. But you know, I dove last year. Well, I got some news. One of my closest fraternity brothers, who passed away a couple of years ago, his father recently passed away 2 days ago. His name is Gene Johnson. His sister is Barbara Everett, who's married to Terry Everett.
Yeah, okay.
The congressman from Dothan.
Yeah.
Well, I've been asked to be a pallbearer, and I need to be there Saturday morning at 10.
Yeah.
So I will not take the plunge, but I plan on doing a plunge on my own and having it recorded on Facebook but I still want to dive. I just don't know when. But I won't be able to do it Saturday. But it just come out and be a witness to it. If you want to donate, you could go on the Troy Pike County website, and there's a way to register there.
Yeah.
There's a number you can contact. Call the bank, 566-4000. Ask for Diana Lee, and they'll get you to her.
And you know, a group of college kids, this would be a wonderful promotion for them. You know?
Yes, sir. I think a lot of organizations on Troy University's campus, a lot of Greek organizations are going to be involved. Other organizations, the SGA.
I'm gonna take the Sigma Chi's, and I'm gonna challenge the Sigma Chi's to make this dive.
Yeah, make the dive. The Delta Chi's, the Pi Kappa Phi's, everybody out there.
I used to think those guys that were going to Panama City Beach, walking to Panama City Beach from Troy, had it rough. But I would dive in water.
But that would be a big comparison now. Walking 130 miles or diving for 30 seconds. Which one would be worse?
130 miles is a lot worse. But I mean, the initial reaction of hitting that water.
Oh yeah,
it is pretty amazing.
Well, it took my breath away. However, when I got out, I felt real good. Yeah. I mean, because my shoulders, knees.
You actually covered your entire body now.
No, I had on a pair of swim trunks and a T-shirt. I wore a white T-shirt and had polar bear.
But you had to be totally wet though, submerged.
Oh yeah, I went.
Yeah.
I submerged.
And this is going to be at the
Recreation Center on Enza Road. Dan Smith will be there. But they're going to plan on taking the first plunge at 9
o'clock. They should give you a certificate. I made the dive.
Well, I think they're going to give you a goodie bag. I believe you might get a T-shirt or something like that. But it's a wonderful thing that what the Troy Pike County Humanity Society does. For people in need of a home that's brand new.
Yeah, exactly. I saw Deanna, just recently, and we were talking about the plunge, and it's just everything she touches is successful.
Well, it started off when she married Danny, and I guess
he's my buddy. Yeah,
and they've got 3 wonderful twins, Eric, Lindsay,
triplets,
and Max.
And triplets.
All right. Eric is marrying Hillary Barron. She's from Troy. Her dad's a police officer. Her mother's a school teacher.
Sure.
Well, they're getting married soon. Well, Eric just got a job at the bank in Brantley, Alabama, in marketing. Eric, the oldest boy.
Yeah, exactly.
So
this is not a Troy Bank. This is Brantley Bank.
This is Brantley Bank that Eric will start off at in marketing.
Exactly.
I believe.
Yeah.
But I know she's proud as a peacock, and she said the other day on the show it feels like she's gotten a raise because all of them are gainfully employed now.
I know it. Exactly right.
But she's from Mobile. Originally, that's where she's from. Is the Mobile area.
She sure is. And a wonderful person, and then of course Danny works for the city, and a very good friend of mine.
Right, he and I are about the same age, but no relation. But I think his mother has the wonderful ability to cook.
Oh boy, you're right.
And she celebrated a birthday last week.
Did she?
Miss Clyde.
Yeah, and she is a wonderful, wonderful lady, and hope she's watching this morning on this show. Mike Amos has joined us from the shores of the Gulf of Mexico. How's it feel this morning down there?
Oh, it's about 42 degrees, and the sun's coming out. We had about 7 or 8 inches of rain the past couple days, so we're going to be drying out for a few days. Of course, got the Super Bowl coming up, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And then Troy's got a big basketball series with Appalachian State this weekend.
Tell us those times for that game, Mike.
I think they're usually 7 o'clock and then 2 o'clock, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look and see. Almost 2 must wins for Troy. They've got to find a way to turn this thing around to have any chance to have a decent seeding in the Sun Belt tournament. So, of course, Alabama continues to play great in basketball. Beat Kentucky the other night by 11. They played a C game and beat Kentucky, but now they'll be on the road traveling to Oklahoma. It's that Big 12 SEC weekend where SEC teams play Big 12 teams. So it'll be interesting to see how Alabama does against Oklahoma.
And I'll tell you one thing that they're going to require is face mask at all those games, the Troy games, and the most important thing is the face mask. The next most important thing is ticket to the game.
Right. Auburn, travels to number 2 Baylor, and they're getting better every game. But on the Troy men, this Friday we play at 6 o'clock.
That's right, 6 o'clock
at home, and then Saturday at 4. The men are 1-5 and 6-9 in the conference. Overall, in the East, Appalachian State is 6-2. Coastal is 5-2. In the West, Texas State is 5-1, and Louisiana is 5-3. The women is at the top of the conference. They will play at Appalachian State Friday at 5 o'clock and Saturday at 6. And the women on the east side are 5-1, 9-4. Appalachian's 5-3, 8-6. South Alabama's 5-3 and 8-6. And on the west, Louisiana Lafayette is 4-1. And Arkansas State's 4-2 in the conference, and Texas Arlington's 4-2.
All right, so that's a pretty solid group on that side.
I mean, the Troy basketball program is just still struggling so much. It's just Coach Cunningham somehow, some way got hot that year with Wesley Person and Jarvis Bernardo and a couple other players, and made the NCAA tournament. Of course, Dad and I went to the game, and Troy played Duke up in Greenville, South Carolina. But man, it is just hard to win in basketball in the Sun Belt at Troy. I don't know what they can do differently. They brought in one of the best recruiting classes, probably the best recruiting class they've ever had. And I know they're trying to win with some younger guys, but man, they play everybody close in conference. But man, you got to find a way to win games.
No question about it, especially at home. You've always got a chance if you can win at home, and we haven't been able to do that.
Right.
I mean, I know Coach Cross has got to be disappointed. I mean, this is the second year, and the guy won 20 games, I think 5 or 6 times at Texas Arlington. So it's not like he's not a proven winner and a proven coach.
What do we got an echo here?
It's not on me, it's on y'all.
Yeah, we got a little bit of echo.
Yeah.
Steve's got it.
Okay. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back to more of Today in L.A.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Our history is woven with the stories of those we serve. At Max, we've been a good community partner for 65 years. Max is dedicated to providing dependable financial services and to supporting our communities. We volunteer our time and share our resources. As a credit union, we've returned millions of dollars back to our members, local nonprofits, and small businesses. Max is honored to be a part of your story. We look forward to serving you for years to come.
Hi, Sandy. I'm right here. Come on in.
Debbie, I'm right here. Hello, Miss Mary. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Since 1969, we've been right here. Because at Troy Regional Medical Center, we take these words to heart.
I'm right here. Thank you.
Remarkable people, remarkable care.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
For Troy's got so many quarterbacks.
I don't know.
Surely that McNeil kid left.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, and of course we're waiting for Miss Kim to come be on our show and talk about Salvation Army's big Camp Stew sale, and of course that's one of the biggest fundraisers in these parts, and we appreciate Kim so much and what she does for the Salvation Army. We're looking at the transfer portal this morning of all the players that have actually put in for a transfer from their school.
Right.
And there's 120 quarterbacks.
About 115 to 120 quarterbacks, just quarterbacks.
It's amazing.
Who are in the transfer portal. Some of them have already picked a home, but I mean, it probably, if I printed that out, it'd probably take 10 to 15 minutes to print out the transfer portal.
Well,
but colleges are doing it. You know, there's a big war board on
it would tickle me to see that list because that is amazing. And of course, these are guys that are supposed to be, as a quarterback, be able to change the program around.
And it had dual or pro style.
Yeah.
If they were dual or pro style, had their height, weight, where they were coming from, where they're going to. Some of them where they're coming from. The other side's blank. And I hadn't even, the next step was the running backs. I said, well, I got to take a shower and go to the show. And it was just,
isn't that amazing?
It was 115.
I would love to see it, see that list. And I think it's a surprise for people.
Going over Alabama's schedule for 2021. That got released yesterday.
Yeah, go ahead and give it to us.
All right, Alabama will be at Miami, playing Atlanta, playing in the new Georgia Dome. Of course, Alabama and Miami, I mean, normally that would be a great game. I think Miami, it really comes back to whether King will be back at quarterback. He got hurt last year, late in the season.
Hey, Mike, they're picking up a lot of transfers. Miami is.
Yeah,
well, in fact, if you wanted to do it and do it very uniquely, you would put a lot of emphasis on it. Getting good players.
And then Alabama will turn around and play at home on September the 11th against. This will make you sick, Dad. They're going to play Mercer, the Mercer Bears.
Oh God! Where did Troy go wrong when the Mercer Bears get to play Alabama instead of Troy?
Can you imagine if this is like back to normal and everybody can go to games again, and you got a team that won the national championship, and finally you get a stadium with 100,000 fans. The first game they get to watch is Mercer.
To watch the Mercer Bears play, yeah. And to me, that's being unjust with your ticket buyers. Why in the world would you buy a ticket that's got Mercer on it?
I mean, we've had season tickets to Alabama for 20 years, and games like that you can't even sell. You basically just throw them.
You'll find them on the pavement in front of you. Yeah.
You can find a ticket to that game on the ground outside the stadium.
That's right. No question.
Then after that, you got to travel to Florida. Of course, Florida lost Kraft, lost all their great receivers. Their defense is not very good, so I think at Florida will be a tough game, but I would imagine Alabama will probably find a way to win that. Then after that, back at home again, playing Southern Miss. So Southern Miss has a new coach as well. Then after that weekend, they host on October 2nd Ole Miss. And then probably the biggest game of the season is October 9th when they travel to Texas A&M. Yeah. That'll be a tough game. What do you think?
I would think so.
Of course, they're replacing Kellen Mond at quarterback. Then after that, they're at Mississippi State. My wife and I always try to go to that game because she's a Mississippi State grad, and it's fun to go to Starkville. And then hosting Tennessee, an open date as normal for LSU. LSU will come to Tuscaloosa. And then this is another meaningless game. New Mexico State comes to Tuscaloosa.
New Mexico State.
Los Lobos.
They're not even a conference anymore.
All right, New Mexico State. Are they the Lobos, or they're not the Lobos, though, are they?
No, they're the Aggies.
Aggies, yeah, okay,
Aggies.
yeah.
Another Aggie.
Arkansas at home. They're replacing the quarterback as well, and then to finish the season at Auburn.
Yeah.
So.
Well, one thing about it, Mike, you mentioned, they got to replace their quarterback. Hey, there's 120 of them sitting right there in front of you. Pick and take your pick.
Plus the high school kids coming out.
And,
Plus you don't know what they got on the bench.
I tell you what, everybody's going to have a quarterback because they're going to be able to take their choices. Oh, gosh, it's something. And
well, you talking about
that's exciting. They've already released the schedule.
Yeah.
I don't remember them releasing the schedule so early.
Yeah, the superstar running back at Tennessee, that Gray running back, he's transferring to Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
The Tennessee running back has found a home.
And he can go right away to it.
And
go
play.
right away and add to Oklahoma's 5 other great running backs. So
they picked up some good recruits.
Yeah.
I think they picked up a big offensive lineman from either Georgia or Tennessee.
You're talking about Oklahoma?
No, Oklahoma is adding them.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like that it's starting to look that way, that you can just check off the ones you want, and you say, all right, I want to take these guys off the portal, and I'm through recruiting.
All right, the McCaffrey guy who played at the Broncos, 2 of his sons are entering the transfer portal, but they may transfer to North Colorado to play for their dad, Ed McCaffrey.
Oh, okay.
You know, we talked a little bit about that yesterday.
It's a 1AA program, isn't it, Mike? Northern Colorado.
Yeah, we got the Auburn schedule as well. Auburn will start the season on September the 4th against the Akron Zips. You think they'll win that game?
Yeah, there's gonna be a 100,000 fans at the game.
Well, they only hold 87,000.
We'll put 187,000 at the game. All right, go ahead.
After that, they'll play the Fighting Hornets of Alabama State on September the 11th.
Yeah, where's Troy? Okay.
So Akron and Alabama State, I feel pretty good. But then they have to travel on September the 18th to Penn State. Also, probably get beat by Penn State.
I would think that we are Penn State.
I think Auburn will win it.
All right. All right.
And then they'll be back at home against Georgia State.
Georgia State will play them tough because they play so fast.
At LSU, this will be pretty tough. At LSU, and then you turn around and you're at home against Georgia.
That's pretty tough there.
And then at Arkansas.
A much improved Arkansas team. You're right.
And then you're off, and you play at home against Ole Miss. And then you travel to Texas A&M. And then you got Mississippi State at home. At South Carolina again. You know, they played at South Carolina this past year and got beat. And then you finish your season against Alabama.
I tell you what, that's not an easy schedule at all. I'm telling you. Especially after you get past Akron and Alabama State, that's a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, you got to win those first 2 games for sure.
Yeah. But now they got new blood there, and he's comes there from one of the winningest programs in college football. I think it's the top 5 winningest program in college football. From
Boise State.
Yeah, and then of course to Auburn, which is also has a winning tradition.
They do, and their fans. That stadium, I think it's tough to play in.
Oh yeah.
Whenever you got somebody on the heels.
And they have the most rabid fans.
Yeah, if you can catch Auburn on this COVID deal, you are lucky because it's a huge advantage for Auburn when that crowd's there. I mean, it makes a big difference, don't you think?
I think it does. It does.
And of course,
Tuscaloosa's gotten a lot louder since Saban's been there as the coach. I mean, I remember back in the Shula days and the Bose days, and even back in Perkins, Curry days. The fans kind of just sat down, didn't really stand up and cheer. At least during Saban, most of the time they stand up during the big plays.
The 100,000 seat stadiums now in the SEC is Texas A&M, LSU, Alabama, Tennessee, and have we forgot one?
No, that's it.
Florida, they have 100,000 yet?
Florida's 88 and Auburn's 87.
Yeah, in Florida, of course, that's 87. But
South Carolina's 80.
Yeah, but Georgia 100,000 yet?
Georgia's 94.
94,000. So that's a little bitty 94,000. And
Georgia's got 94,000 seats and about 94 bars around the stadium. They got more bars than I've ever seen any place in my life.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Mike, we're going to bring in my good friend Kim May in just a few moments. And, of course, she's got her big project coming up this next week. And I know I'm going to go ahead and put my $100 bill down there and give me some good camp stew. The camp stew is the best in the world, and I'm planning on making sure I've got plenty of it for a long winter's nap.
There you go.
We'll be back to more in just a moment.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Our history is woven with the stories of those we serve. At Max, we've been a good community partner for 65 years. Max is dedicated to providing dependable financial services and to supporting our communities. We volunteer our time and share our resources. As a credit union, we've returned millions of dollars back to our members, local nonprofits, and small businesses. Max is honored to be a part of your story. We look forward to serving you for years to come.
Hi, Sandy. I'm right here. Come on in.
Daddy, I'm right here. Hello, Miss Mary. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Since 1969, we've been right here because at Troy Regional Medical Center, we take these words to heart.
I'm right here. Thank you.
Remarkable people, remarkable care.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Here at Bill Jackson Chevrolet in Troy, we've been doing business the right way for 31 years. But don't take our word for it. We feel our customers express it the best.
Been honest in everything we've discussed with them.
When they say Jackson Satisfaction, they really mean it.
The Jackson Satisfaction is
Bill
real.
Bill Jackson.
Oh, Bill Jackson.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I knew some people out
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by our good friends at Wells Fargo Advisors and our good friend Colin McCrary. And he's busy as things are moving quickly on the economic scene. We've got Kim May here with our good friends at Salvation Armory, and you've got your big stew kickoff.
That's right. Here we
Your
are
stew
again.
kickoff.
Here we are again.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is by far one of the great fundraisers in Pike County, because not only do they get return on you being a part of their program and raising money for their all their many causes, but you get something back, and that means a quart of a pint of quarter. Is it a pint or a quart?
It's a quart.
It's a quart of camp stew, and it's tell us about it.
Well, we cook camp stew twice a year, and so we'll be cooking camp stew the 4th of February. We'll start it the night before.
Yeah.
We'll have it done by 12 noon, have it back at the Salvation Army store for people to pick up, and we'll be there from 12 noon to 6 p.m. for those that work to 5.
Yeah.
The store we'll close the store at 5, but we'll stay there till 6 to hand out the camp stew.
So it's easy to pull up and sort of almost like a drive-side service. Isn't
Basically, yeah. We right up front with it. We have boxes and bags, because some people buy, 20 quarts at a time.
Oh, yeah.
So, we have some pretty big orders.
I'm gonna order 10 myself right now.
Okay, I'll put you down.
And let me tell you, it's the best camp stew in the world. and it is what I'm saying. Both sides benefit. You know,
Yes.
I benefit by getting the stew, but you benefit by being able to raise money for your cause.
Exactly. And it's a good fundraiser for us, and it's become very popular. We used to sell tickets,
Yeah.
but now we just advertise and it sells itself.
Yeah.
And we most of the time we sell out that first day. So if you want some camp stew, you need to call and pre-order
Yeah.
because it does go fast.
All right, my order's already in now.
I will put it down as soon as I get back
I want
to
to
work.
make sure, but because not only am I being greedy here for our cause, of course I'm giving to her cause, but man, I love their stew, and that right there, show it to them.
Okay, this is what the size. This is what
And
you will
that's a
get.
lot of stew right there.
Yeah, that's a quart.
Quarter
container.
camp stew, and it comes in that great container, easy to freeze.
Yes, we fill it, see, to this line. Therefore, you can freeze it, and it won't pop the top off.
Okay, yeah,
Because, you know, it does expand when it freezes.
exactly. And
We got that covered.
you got that covered.
Yes.
Well, who's your chief cook?
Carter Sanders.
Carter
Everybody
Sanders.
knows Carter.
And
From Goshen,
one of
Alabama.
the great people in Pike County, and he knows how to cook stew. And I promise you, if you buy some of this stew, you will turn around and tell me that was the best stew you've ever eaten. God, I think it is.
It is very
great.
good.
And you know, I like to serve it on two ways. I like to put it, you know, give me some loaf bread and pour it over the loaf bread.
That's the way I like it.
Or get me some rice, and pour it over rice. I like it over rice, or just in a bowl and with crackers.
And I know that Carter has told me that his family likes it over grits.
Okay, yeah.
So
With grits, yeah.
there's lots of things you can do with
It
it.
sure is, and it is sure delicious. And the thing about it, let's say you're hungry on a hard winter's night, and you're hungry and say, "What have we got to eat? What have we got to eat?" Oh, we got some of Carter's camp stew. How about that? That fit the bill for cold winter night.
And easy when you're tired.
Hey, come on, it's supper time. What's for supper? Carter's delicious camp stew.
We've been doing this together. Carter's been helping us with this probably 13 years.
Yeah.
Twice
What's,
a year.
People ask all the time, what's the difference in camp stew and Brunswick stew?
Well, there's a lot of different answers to that. Carter's answer is English peas, and then I always thought that Brunswick stew had butter beans in it.
Yeah, I did too.
It's, you know, it's got a little bit different
How
kind
about
of
corn?
stuff.
It's got corn in it, doesn't it?
I think so, and so does camp stew.
Yeah,
We have
I know,
corn.
but what I'm saying, your camp stew's got corn in
Yes,
it.
yes. But no peas or butter beans.
Yeah.
But, you know, for someone that likes that in their camp stew, all they got to do is add a little when
Yeah.
they
Oh yeah, exactly.
heat it up at
There
home.
you go.
I'm now listen. The professional cook on our show this morning is not only you, Kim, but it's with my good friend across the way.
His name's Forrest.
Forrest, run, Forrest, run. But Forrest Lee is also a cook. And are you getting any writing down any tips?
You know, I've never cooked camp stew, but I can do pecan pies, apple pies, few cakes.
To me, soup is so easy to
Chicken.
cook.
I can
So you're a
do.
baker.
I can do chicken and dumplings and roast, and I can whoop up some of the best homemade biscuits.
Yeah, exactly.
At least I feel like
exactly.
I can.
I tell
And,
you what,
Skillet cornbread.
I'm a good
I like
biscuit
my country style soup, and you know, to me, it's nothing better on a cold night like tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to wait a week for this. Is that right?
Yes, 1 week from today.
And again,
Do y'all stir the pot with like a big paddle?
Yes,
You used to canoe with?
yes,
do you really?
yes.
Okay, that's a lot of stew, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a lot of muscle in those
Yeah.
100-quart pots.
Yeah, and it's meaty. It's real meaty. It's delicious, and I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, the sale starts at 12 o'clock, and it'll run till 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I would guarantee you right now that there won't be a pint left or a quart left.
That's usually the way it happens.
So that's next February. I mean next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
So what you need to do now is go ahead and call in your order.
We've already got
your order starting now. Go ahead and start your order, and whether it's 4 quarts or 10 quarts or 12 quarts, that's what you'll get, and you'll pay how much for 12 quarts? $10.
$10 a quart.
$10 a quart.
And it benefits the Salvation Army, and it stays right here at our service center.
So easy, and to have some wonderful meals. Hey, come on in, kids. It's supper time. Well, what we got, Mommy? What we got? We got some of Carter's camp stew, and boy, oh boy, they'll come running to the table.
We cook about 600 to 700 quarts.
60.
600 to 700.
600 to 700
wow.
quarts.
We have 5 100-quart pots going.
Yeah, that's at $1 a quart, and you can't beat it. I promise you. And we hope that next week, or next Friday, it'll be Friday a week from now. Is that right?
No, Thursday.
Thursday a week. Thursday.
Yeah,
a week from today.
Excuse me. A week from today.
Yes.
It is.
The Salvation Army. Tell everybody about where it's located and what the hours are.
It's on it's on South Brundage Street, right across from CGI, right next door to Subway, and we're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4:45.
Now, let me just say a few things about Salvation Army. First of all, the most important thing is that we serve the people of Pike County.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And the money stays in Pike County. Is that right?
Yes, it stays at our service center. Now, I do service Barber, Bullock, and Crenshaw counties. You know, they have to come to us though. To my service center,
exactly.
To receive help. We have a food bank on site, and we do help with rent and utilities. We give away furniture and clothing, just pretty much if there's a need and they qualify and we have the funds and the means, we help.
And then, of course, people that are in crucial, or what I say, in serious financial let's just say to provide gas to get to a location or whatever, they can sign what do they call it?
We send the business a voucher.
Yeah, a voucher. And
we don't give out any cash at all. Mm-hmm. We just don't do that. But we have accounts set up at gas stations and hotels. Used to we did bus tickets, but we don't have a bus service here anymore.
Yeah. We don't. I didn't know that.
What are some ways that people can volunteer for the Salvation Army throughout the year?
Ring that bell, man.
Ring the bell. I knew that was
one of them.
Ring that
bell is one of your big ones, isn't it?
That's our biggest need. And helping in the food bank, dating food, keeping it rotated.
Yeah.
Things like that. We always need help in the store, You can go and work in the food bank. You can put out books. There's lots of things to do in the store.
And you're working around some wonderful people.
Yes, yes. We all get along. We're like family, so it's a good environment to work in. But it is hard work. I don't lie to anybody. When you come to the Salvation Army to work, employed or volunteer, it's hard work. We work at the Salvation Army.
Do y'all have trucks where y'all go pick up stuff from homes that people don't want anymore, or does everything have to be delivered to you guys? How's that work?
I do have a truck driver 2 days a week. We have one truck, and we'll go and pick up everything, but some of it has to be furniture to make it feasible financially for us. But right now, because of COVID, their things had to be outside of the home. He is not allowed to go in their homes at the moment because of COVID.
Yeah, okay. Right. That's
that's like he can pick it up from under the carport or whatever.
Yeah.
But
So,
that's just
so if you had something, you would want to put it out on the curb or something, then, wouldn't you? What?
Well, you wouldn't want to put it on the curb because someone else would get it real quick.
You want to take your
But,
chance
you know,
that somebody
usually
else will get in.
when someone calls, we work that out, you know, ahead
right.
of time. So, but that's just the way it is at the moment, you know.
Well,
Hope that changes soon.
of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is a non-profit organization, and it's a wonderful group of people that you're dealing with. But you take the kettle the bellman with the kettle outside of Walmart during Christmas and different places, and then this camp stew sale is your two. I would say your two main fundraisers.
Well, the empty bowls.
Yeah, that's that's right.
But we always need volunteers for our fundraisers. You know, whether that's like the Camp Stew fundraiser, we always need people to come and volunteer, especially the morning of when we finish it off. Putting it in 700 quart containers takes a lot of time.
I bet it does.
So we always need help cupping it. And we make people wear gloves, and they have to wear masks so everything's safe. And also, our Empty Bowls Luncheon is coming up April 9th. You know all about it.
Wonderful.
We always need volunteers to help us set up, clean up, take down. So, you know, they can always call the store. You know, be glad to talk to them. And, of course, we just finished with the Red Kettle campaign, and we always need bell ringers. And this year with COVID, I was very concerned. And we didn't get nearly as many bell ringers because a lot of people were afraid to ring the bell because of COVID. We didn't get to cover, some days we only covered one door at Walmart. We didn't have enough people. But Pike County citizens are very generous. We actually brought in more money than we did last year.
Isn't that amazing? Boy,
we ended up with
unreal.
$54,366.
Whoa, I tell you, that is
despite
wonderful.
COVID.
Despite it. And,
yes.
And of course,
I don't know if you need to announce it on the show. You might have somebody, you might have to have security walking from Walmart parking lot next year.
Well, there's not. There's not.
That's a lot of money.
It's not all at one time.
No. It's just a little at a time and for several different places. But it all adds up.
Yeah. And hopefully some of these new businesses that are coming into Troy will be a part of your group next year.
I'm pretty sure that Hobby Lobby, they let the Salvation Army ring.
Yeah. And then, of course, we've got several.
I mean, you don't have to stand up. I mean, if you have somebody that's a little bit older, I mean, y'all do have, like, chairs.
Yeah.
As well,
we have a stool at every kettle stand.
Yeah,
because a lot of our ringers are older.
Yeah, and I got somebody that has just been begging me to ring the bell, and that's Forrest.
We need to get a bell here.
And as long as y'all provide him a Santa Claus hat.
Sure. Whatever you need.
Does Pat and Geraldine ever let anybody ring the bell at Sisters? That'd be a good place.
We did that one day, year before last. But the thing is, I don't have anybody to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I have to have enough volunteers.
Yeah.
Miss Alice Hayes.
Oh, she's
did
wonderful.
It, but she's older and her health won't allow her to. And this past season, just a couple months ago, so many people were afraid of COVID.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
being too close to people in close contact, confined areas. So
if we can get this,
we need to find some of these crazy Girl Scout moms I see everywhere. They get like stalk you down in parking lots and scream at you when you're walking in the grocery stores. They did good
about
for
the
you.
cookies.
I think it's cookie season too.
But again, they've got a good product now. Let me tell you, don't
they
forget.
got a good product, but my goodness, I never been chased down in a parking lot to buy some cookies.
Well, you know, I was a Girl Scout, and I used to sell cookies.
You're right.
And I tell you what, the boxes sure have gotten a lot smaller.
I can buy a box and it won't make it to the house.
About it, but you're right. You're right. It won't make it to the house. It's exactly right.
They are good.
I tell you, well, ladies and gentlemen, all of this is fun and fun to talk about. Now we've got to get together and get some some people to help. I could understand that filling those quart containers would be
time consuming. Yes.
And we need to get some people to help us.
We work very fast filling those cups.
And again,
what's the number that somebody can call if they wanted to volunteer?
It's on here.
It's on there?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got the store number. I've got
Okay.
Donna McLaney Jones' number, and I've got my cell number.
Okay.
all right, go ahead and give us the main number to call to order stew.
It's 334-808-1069.
And you can order stew. You want to order 10 quarts of stew, or 5 quarts of stew. 5 quarts of stew would cost
$50.
$50. All right, 12 amount would be what? 12 quarts would be how much?
$120.
That's right.
But
so,
just call us.
I can help you out with this amount today.
We'll just call us and we'll get your name down, have it reserved for you. And if someone can't come that day to pick up their stew, just let us know and we'll stick it in our freezer. You know, so
that is wonderful. That is wonderful.
Y'all sell any sides like crackers or anything, or just the stew?
just the stew.
Just the stew. But
believe me, that's enough for that day.
Between now and then, Mike, you can go ahead and order your your crackers.
I just know you probably had crackers there. Somebody, you could, probably charge a couple $dollars more than what you bought them for. You probably make a little extra money or something.
Oh, okay. But
good idea.
It is a good idea. You're right.
I'll tell you one thing.
I'm in sales. I know how it works.
Yeah. This year.
Yeah.
I had trouble getting our containers.
Oh, really?
There's a shortage all over the country.
People are putting up food.
Yeah, putting up food.
So I had a hard time getting enough.
Do you get that through our local
Henderson Black Grocery?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Henderson Black Green.
Plus, you can recycle this and freeze something else in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep that.
You know, when I buy a camp stew, when I'm through with it, I wash this and save it.
Sure. Those are good containers.
Good for leftovers in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
Exactly right. And of course, it's all for a great cause. And not only are you going to get a treat by being able to buy the camp stew, but they're going to reap the benefits of raising money to help charities all over Pike County.
That's right. The money stays here.
That's right. The
Whatever
money stays here.
Whether you donate items, donate money, donate your time, participate in a fundraiser, it all stays at our service center.
And it's easy. And all you got to do is pick up that phone and dial that number. What's that number one more time?
808-1069.
808-1069. And you've got some great meals ahead of you by ordering this camp stew from the Salvation Army. Any other thing that we need to get over to the people?
Well, I'll be back soon because we're going to try to get our empty bowls back on track in April.
Yeah.
Last year we had to have it in September because we had to put it off 3 times because of COVID. So hopefully we can get it back on track to keep it in April. We're scheduled for April 9th.
Yeah. You got 3 wonderful events that I know of, and that is the stew sale, the bell ringing, and the last but not least is your empty bowls. And you just won't find 3 better fundraisers than that.
That's right. And I'll be back with some bowls.
Exactly
and
right.
Talk about
Exactly
that
right. You sure will. And we love to have you back. And we know it's all for a great cause, and we feel like we're contributing.
And we appreciate it. We couldn't do what we do without the help of you guys and the whole community that helps us and supports us.
Well, again, we appreciate you calling. Anytime you need us to talk about any kind of function that you've got to raise money for the Salvation Army, we want to be involved.
Thank you.
We'll be back to more of Today in L.A. right after this.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Our history is woven with the stories of those we serve. At Max, we've been a good community partner for 65 years. Max is dedicated to providing dependable financial services and to supporting our communities. We volunteer our time and share our resources. As a credit union, we've returned millions of dollars back to our members, local nonprofits, and small businesses. Max is honored to be a part of your story. We look forward to serving you for years to come.
Hi, Sandy. I'm right here. Come on in.
Buddy, I'm right here. Hello, Miss Mary. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Since 1969, we've been right here because at Troy Regional Medical Center, we take these words to heart.
I'm right here. Thank you.
Remarkable people, remarkable care.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Here at Bill Jackson Chevrolet in Troy, we've been doing business the right way for 31 years. But don't take our word for it. We feel our customers express it the best.
Been honest in everything we've discussed with them.
When they say Jackson satisfaction, they really mean it.
The Jackson satisfaction is real.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
If I ask you who,
Here we go.
if I ask you who was the number one basketball team in America, which one would you say? What school would you say is number one?
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga. Who would you say would be number two?
Baylor.
Baylor.
And who would you say would be number three?
I don't know number
The
three.
Villanova Wildcats. The Villanova Wildcats.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about Jeremy Pruitt. Jeremy Pruitt is going to take a defensive assistant job. He's going to be assistant for the New York Giants. Joe Judge coached at Alabama when Pruitt was there, so he's going to take a job working in the NFL for the first time. Also, interesting news, Dick Ansley, the former Troy great, and of course he was the defense coordinator at Tennessee this year, is going to be the defensive back coach of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Wow.
Gosh, well, I'm glad they all turned out to get jobs, and but they didn't get to clear their name yet, though, have they?
Well, I mean, all that to be, I guess, worked out on down the road, but they wanted to go ahead and have jobs. You know, Ansley coached, we mentioned yesterday, for the Raiders, so he's coached in the pros before, and you know, these guys might need a break from college football. They might want to just step away. And
Well, I'm glad they got jobs, no question. I'm glad they got jobs, and
it'll be exciting for the Pruitt family, I would imagine, to live in New York City.
You know, I'm wondering, you know, because I know a lot of families, like I know Brian Schottenheimer, who was with the Seahawks, but his family lived in Nashville because he's so busy during the football season. And so it wouldn't surprise me. Of course, I can't speak for that family, but it would surprise me if they move south and reside somewhere close to grandmother and granddaddy.
Yeah.
And then him, when he's through with the Jets, come home for the holidays and vacation and all that. But who knows? But I'm proud for him. You know, both Ansley and
I feel like
Jeremy
the
Pruitt.
Giants is a good spot. They've got a pretty good young team coming up. I think they're going to be pretty good.
You know, the Jets, I think they'll, you know, that's like you're ground up trying to start over again with the Jets.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
the Jets made a mistake and won too many games, and they're not going to get Trevor Lawrence. They keep on trying to get Deshaun Watson in the trade.
Who's going to get him?
I don't know. It still hadn't been determined. But Daniel Jones with the Giants, pretty good quarterback. The quarterback out of Duke.
Well, you know, people want Matt Stafford from the Detroit Lions. They're going to let him. They're going to try to will and deal Matt Stafford, who's got a few years left. And, you know, there's about 10 quarterbacks in the National Football League that can swap homes, trades, and this, that, and the other. But a little bit of high school basketball. Goshen plays at Opp tonight, and then tomorrow night they play at New Brockton. Pike County will travel and play, Charles Henderson will host Carroll of Ozark tomorrow night. That's, I think Charles Henderson's ranked number 11 or 12, and vice versa. Carroll's like in the top 12 as well, so that'll be a good game to go watch. Pike County High School will play Saturday at Abbeville, and Pike Liberal Arts will have their last home game tomorrow night against Abbeville. So that's some high school stuff.
Their playoff start. Now, tell us a little bit about college basketball. We've got Troy playing at home this weekend.
Right. Troy tips off at home. I believe that's at 5 or 6 o'clock this Saturday. The men do, and the women will travel to play Appalachian State. So the men are hosting Appalachian State tomorrow night, and the women will be playing there. In high school rankings.
Wait a minute now. One other thing, we play on Saturday too, though, don't we?
Yeah, play on Saturday, and I've got that on another sheet.
The date on that?
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, men. Yeah, tomorrow night the men play at 6. Saturday, I believe it's at 4 o'clock. It could be have changed to 2, but that's the men at Trojan Arena. And some high school rankings have come out again this week. In 5A, Carroll's number 12, Charles Henderson's number 13. Charles Henderson has a record of 16-7. And Greenville's in the Region 2 with Charles Henderson. They're ranked at number 15. Brantley in 1A, boys are 13-1, and they're ranked number 5 in the state. And in AISA, Pike Liberal Arts, boys are ranked number 2 with a 15-2 record, behind undefeated Tuscaloosa Academy, who's 22-0. For the girls, Charles Henderson came in this week at number 3 with a 9-2 record. They played only 11 games thus far. And in 2A, the George W. Long girls are undefeated at 12-0, and they're ranked number 3 in 2A. So there's some good high school basketball, going on around here. And I talked to Doug Branson a couple of nights ago. He may try to come on next week if it's possible for a few minutes and talk about how the region playoffs will be set up and how the state playoffs will be set up and all that kind of stuff. It's a little bit different format because of COVID this year. And for Goshen and Pike County, when they play at home, you're not allowed to go to those games, but you can follow it live stream on the National Federation of High School Sports. They have a live stream that you can tap on and watch those games live.
Before we get off this high school schedule, and I was really surprised that Pike Liberal is ranked number 2 in the entire state, and that's coming off of Tuscaloosa Academy. Is 22-0.
22-0.
Only team to beat Pike, and actually they've lost 2 games, but
the other one's they played on Friday night.
Yeah.
The state championship game and won Friday afternoon. Then that following Monday, they had to play at Macon East, and they lost in overtime.
Yeah.
They only practiced for a couple of hours, but they lost in overtime that game. So, they
early in the year was
earlier in the year. Mm-hmm. So how that works is they're not in the same region, and from what Matt Brown was telling me, the Elite 8 will go to the playoffs, and then number 8 will play 1, number 7 plays 2, and I think you got to win 3 games to win it all.
So it's going to be a good tournament.
It'll be a good tournament.
It'll be a competitive tournament, and I'm tickled very. To see that the Charles Henderson girls are still in the running for another state championship, and they're only 9-2, and of course they have not been able to play near as many games because of the COVID, and hopefully they'll get a few games in before tournament play.
Right. Well, Mike, in Charles Henderson's region, It's Andalusia, Greenville, Charles Henderson. All right. Charles Henderson will host Andalusia. The winner of that game will go to Greenville and play for the region championship. Win or lose that game, you proceed to the next round of the state playoffs. The girls have a bye. Andalusia has to play Greenville. The winner of that game will come to Charles Henderson and play our girls. Win or lose, both of those teams will advance to the first round of the playoffs.
I got you.
The winner of the region hosts the first round. The number 2 team travels to someone. And then the next week, someone travels.
Yeah.
It'll be a home game for somebody and a travel game. It's not like we had it set up in the past, and that's why we need Doug to come on to explain it. It's a little early for that explanation because the region championships have not taken place yet.
Exactly right. And but we do know this is that we will have a high school basketball playoff, and it'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Right. In Birmingham, there's 2 gyms in Birmingham that will be hosting the state playoffs, and that's going to be a little bit longer than normal to kind of spread out when teams can come in and out of those particular arenas. Locally, heard some good news. The Pike County Lake will open this Saturday.
Yeah.
They're going to be open for weekends only. It was in today's Troy Messenger. Weekends only until further notice. They had to drop the lake levels to control some algae and growth around the edges of the lake. No boats will be allowed at this time until the water level comes up. But the Pike County Lake will open this Saturday,
that'll be something
Saturday and Sunday. And Dan Smith can talk to us more about that next week. He's coming Tuesday. But weekends only and no boats at this time.
Is Pike County Lake a spring-fed lake, or was it just built?
No, I think there's a creek that rolls through it. There's probably several springs that come through it. And I do know this. I understand that they're building a boat ramp.
Yeah.
So when you launch and you're out there fishing for 2 or 3 hours, you want to come in and take a break, you can come to the landing zone.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've got a ramp. You can tie your boat up and
like
go
your horse, like your horse and buggy.
Yeah, go to the restroom and get you some snacks out of the bait shop.
I know you used to work out there. Do they sell crickets and worms and all that?
Crickets and worms and artificial lures. They got all kind of hooks and they got all kind of tackle.
Do they have containers to put the crickets in?
Yes. Yes, sir. And
so really, you wouldn't like if I want to go fishing, I wouldn't have to take anything. It's provided for me.
That's right. And if you're
where did crickets and worms come from? Who has that as a business?
I think we get ours near Slocum, Alabama.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they bring our crickets and worms to the bait shop. They come every Thursday. Now, when COVID hit,
if you want to get some good healthy crickets, you'll come on Thursday. Is that right?
Well,
did it get annoying having to listen to those crickets all day?
Not really. They wasn't too bad. But I will say this: when COVID hit, the Pike County Lake was busting at the seams because people wanted to get outdoors.
Yeah.
And of course, you can certainly social distance out there, and you come to the window one at a time. They have little lines 6 feet apart. You come to the window, and you get what you need. Now, if you have to come in the store, you got to wear a mask, buy what you need off the shelves, and then go to the cash register and so on and so forth.
While we're on servicing our clients, which is the people of Pike County, tell us how they can play golf at Brundage.
Oh, I played a little bit late yesterday afternoon, but Brundage Country Club is open Thursday through Sunday. And we're open start opening at 9 on Tuesday through Friday. And we're open Saturday and Sunday starting around 7 o'clock. But you can play a round of golf.
Y'all start at 7 o'clock on Sunday?
Well, I have it. When I'm working, I try to be there at 7 so I can get all the carts out.
Yeah, I got you.
Because a lot of people come this Saturday and Sunday because the weather is supposed to be fantastic. And but the green fees during the week are only $12.
Yeah.
And on the weekend, it is $15. So you can walk for $12, or on the weekend you can walk for $15. Now the cart fees are $8 for the first 9, $7 for the second 9. So it's $15 cart fee if you want to ride a cart any day of the week. So if you want to ride 18 holes, it's $27 during the week.
Yeah.
If you want to ride 18 holes Saturday and Sunday, it's only $30.
That's really good.
And it's 9-hole course.
Now let me ask you this. Let's just say that you're this happens all the time, but let's say that you're playing behind a group that's walking, and you and your group has 4 people in it, and they're riding.
Well, the way the etiquette of golf goes, the foursome has the right of way. The walker should get out of the way.
Yeah.
And the foursome should be able to go. Or if it's a twosome, the twosome has the right of way. The lone walker is low man on the pole.
Now that's what both groups are riding. Is that right?
Right. Well, what I typically do, see, number 1 tee box is close by, and the number 6 tee box is close by.
Yeah.
So if I've got a foursome that just teed off on number 1, and if it's like a walker, I'll ask him or somebody that's in a smaller group to go off on number 6.
Yeah.
Or if another foursome wants to go off on number 6, but sometimes I'll say if you would like to, you can jump to number 2. Just make sure you play all your 9 holes, and it's real easy out there and laid back.
Are you the starter as well? You have to do it all?
No, we don't have. Well, whoever's in the shop typically has to run the show, but the guys who play golf there, have a lot of college golfers. We have a group that plays on Thursdays around 12 o'clock, about 8 or 10 people, and then on Saturday and Sunday there's a group that plays, some of the members.
Let's say that 2 guys are walking and 2 guys are riding a cart. Who would have right away there?
The cart, people on the cart, because they'll play faster.
Yeah.
Those
even
2
though 2 are walking and 2 are riding.
I've never been out there. I've never been out there my whole life. You ever played out there, Dad?
Oh yeah, many times over the years. It's a very good, very nice golf course.
Yeah.
When was that course built? How many years ago?
I believe it was in 1960 or 1961. Yeah. And one thing that we're going through a lot of renovations. We're doing a lot of. They've remodeled the women's bathroom. The men's bathroom's been remodeled. The kitchen is getting new tile. The hallway, and there is a room out there that you can rent for like wedding receptions.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
Or we've had a band or 2 to play out there, socially distanced and all that kind of stuff for people who square dance or line dance or stuff.
Yeah.
That's happened in the past. I don't know what the rules and regulations are now. You can call and get that information from us, and I can let you talk to our board president.
Who has to cut the grass and do all the greens?
Well, we have a guy by the name of Calvin Buzan.
Yeah.
Calvin is the superstar. I call him the
full-time employee.
I call him the most valuable player. He can do it all. He can fix anything. And he's just a good old fella from South Florida, and Calvin.
And he loves what he does.
He takes pride in what he does.
Yeah.
And he wants it nice, and the greens are small there in Brundage, but if you can hit that green, you can hit any green. But it's got its challenges for sure, and over this past 12 months, we've lost a lot of trees with that big storm that came through a couple of times. They got all that cleaned up, and plus they have cut down several more trees that needed pruning. Just cut them all the way down, and they're looking to plant some more aesthetic-looking trees.
Yes, exactly.
To still make it a little bit of a challenge, but
I tell you what, they've done a good job.
Auburn's found a new hire to replace Tracy Rocker as the defensive line coach. Nick Eason, who was with the Cincinnati Bengals, played collegiately at Clemson, then played in the NFL for 10 years. Nick Eason will be the new defensive line coach at Auburn for Coach Harsin, and. I'm interested. Where in the world did Rodney Gardner go? I mean, he's one of the greatest recruiters of all time.
I'm surely he's still at Auburn, isn't he?
No, he's not on the South. Surely somebody's going to pick Rodney.
You're exactly right, Mike. What's happening here now?
Can you pick us up? You still got us, Mike?
Yeah, I got y'all.
Hey, I've got some COVID information for us. This was in the Troy Messenger today. Some good news. The Charles Henderson Child Health Center, you can call them today starting at 8:30. And they are now giving the Moderna shot for first responders, healthcare workers, and those over 75. But you must call today and set up an appointment. You cannot show up and get it without an appointment. And according to Dr. Elizabeth Dawson that I read, they have 200 vaccines with an additional 300. They're expecting 300 more. But that number that you can call is 566-7000. They're giving shots today from 2 to 4:30 and on Saturday from 8:30 to 11:30. That's at the Charles Henderson Child Health Center, 566-7000. You also can call the health department at 566-2860. Or there's a 1-800 number. Well, it's 866-566-5333. And that's 3 numbers you can call.
But now the same thing.
Same rule applies.
Same rule applies, and that. Tell us what that rule is.
Well, the rule is you got to be over 75 years of age. You got to be a health care worker, or a first responder as it relates to the Charles Henderson Child Health Center. Now, there's another, I think, Birds Drugs. I don't know what their rules and regulations are, but I know they're giving the shot from time to time. I think this Saturday, because I think they're going to be closed this Saturday.
The Pike County Health Department too.
Yeah.
But
the deli's going to be closed, so people that could come in and get their shot.
Okay, yeah.
And you'll be have to.
I was at Publix yesterday watching people get the shot. I was trying to get some medicine, and they just do it right there out in the open. The head pharmacist just comes out there and gets the shot.
Yeah. Well, some other news. The COVID variant has now been found in Alabama. There's 3 cases, 2 in Montgomery, 1 in Jefferson County. It was first detected in the United Kingdom. So far, there are 293 cases in the United States. Those cases in Alabama, 2 are under the age of 19 years of age, and 1 of them is an adult. And this is called the B117 variant, is what it's called. But also in that article I read on Alabama.com, it said that the CDC and medical experts are saying that the vaccine now that you take should be effective against the United Kingdom strain of B117. So just be cautious when you're out in the public. Mask. One thing they said, wash your hands in hot water, warm soapy water for 20 seconds. We don't do that. I mean, I wash my hands all the time and put Germ-X on it. But as far as washing them, I don't rarely do. I probably don't do it 20 seconds, but I need to start doing it. And but they say do not be in an enclosed environment with people. Get out. Get outside.
Get
some fresh air.
No question. I appreciate
it. Troy's. Looks like they're going to make a hire as an offensive line coach. We mentioned this the other day. I didn't have the name. His name's going to be Luke Meadows. He spent 2 seasons at Kansas coaching under Les Miles as an offensive line coach. He's been coaching 24 years in the college football ranks. He's a South Dakota native. Meadows spent time as assistant at Eastern Michigan, Garden City, Kansas Community College, Southern Mississippi, Florida Atlantic, and South Dakota State. So Troy's going to open the spring practice in football. Will begin on February the 23rd, so that's not too far down the road.
Well, you mean they start spring practice on the 23rd?
Of February, yes.
That is really very close, and I'm glad to see that. That's great. Now, Mike.
So now Troy just has to hire a receivers coach, it looks like.
Hey, you know what? They got some ex-Troy coaches that would probably love to be coming back to Troy. Wouldn't that be good?
Well, I mean, he'd much rather coach at Gus Shores Hospital, probably, wouldn't he?
Why would he want to do that?
I'm just kidding. former Troy coaches at Gus Shores Hospital now.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah,
exactly.
I had a buddy I grew up with named Jamie Williams. He's from Union Springs, and all those Union Springs guys I was buddies with, and Jamie went on to play at Auburn, and went
Yeah, I
down.
remember Jamie. Yeah.
He was a walk-on. He was the head coach at Gus Shores Hospital for a little while.
Yeah.
It's a hard place to win. Nobody's ever really won there.
Of course, we're also being a little bit facetious here. That well, not necessarily that way because they're proven coaches, but we've got 2 or 3 coaches that coached at South Alabama that could come right in and be a contributor of Troy.
Well,
yeah, I'll be interested to see where Coach Campbell goes.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
he probably got a buyout. Didn't he get a buyout? Probably.
Yeah, but not much, like $350,000.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of excited and anxious to see who the Charles Citizen new head football coach will be.
Yeah, that job's
That's going to be
open.
Very interesting, and I think the person who they select will be the right person for the job, and I think whoever that person is will have a lot of energy in them, and I think it's going to be a good. I got a good feeling about it. I don't have a clue who
Well,
it is.
I'll say this, and I've heard different stories, but if they don't have vinegar and vim, we don't want them.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, this is a hard job. It's a job you got to hit the ground running, and hopefully the guy they'll get at Charles Henderson is a guy that is a motivator. He's a guy that is going to work hard to be a champion.
Well, the one thing that I'm assuming that person will be the athletic director and head football coach. Well, as the athletic director, my first thing on the docket would be safety, cleanliness. I want to look in every closet, every nook and cranny, in every athletic facility I have, the baseball field, the softball field, the gym, the weight room, the coach's office, and we're going to have a spring cleaning. You give me a big old dumpster out there, it's something that's not worthy of keeping, it's going in the dumpster. We're going to repaint, we're going to re-clean, and everybody that's at this school is going to take a pride, and you're going to have a job to do to keep this area clean. Coaches, here's what you're going to do. I'm for you. What do you need to have your program run successful? The first thing we're going to do, we're going to spring clean this entire school as it relates to the athletic field, and what I would get eye to eye with the band director. What do you need? What can we do to serve you? Because we want you.
We want you to hit the ground running.
Yeah, we
too.
want to be together. Hey, let's circle the horses and the wagons, and let's get on board together, and we're going to go to the mountaintop.
Amen.
We're going to go to the mountain.
What time can the superintendent interview today for us?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
That sounded really good. They can interview you for the job today.
Well, here's my when I was hired, and you can thank Whitey Whitman or blame Whitey Whitman, whatever you want to do. But Whitey Whitman touched my life when I was a 9th grader at Goshen High School. So did Dwight Falk and all the other coaches I had. Calvin Griffin. I wanted to do I am third. I wanted to serve the Lord first, my friends and family second, then whatever Forrest did, it would be okay. Well, as it relates to athletics, I want to be the best teacher I can be. I want to be the best athletic director I can be. And then whatever sport I'm coaching, which was football, I want to be the best football coach. So if you look at it that way, you're going to be successful. Well, as it relates to Gale Sayers, that was Gale Sayers' motto. I am third, because he and Brian Piccolo were the first black-white roommates together in the National Football League. And when Brian Piccolo got cancer and died, Gale Sayers rededicated his life. I am third. Brian's song. And if you do that, you're going to go to the mountaintop. If you're not going to be the best teacher you can be first, and then the coach second, you won't be successful, in my opinion, because the student body won't respect you, and the teachers won't respect you. So if you go in there, hit the door running, I want the if you're going to coach for me, you better do your number one job in the classroom first, be on time, dress appropriately, whatever that entails. And then we'll take care of football when it's time to take care of football or whatever. So,
and of course, those times are coming.
It's the 28th of January.
Yeah, this 28th day of January.
Yes, it's right around the corner.
Hey, no question it is, and we're excited about it. And everything's go at Charles Henderson High School toward a new head football coach and athletic director, and we're wait and see what happens.
Well, it's all about relationships. That's what the guy at Alabama, Nate Owens. That's what Nick Saban. All your successful coaches, Pat Summitt, whoever they were or are, they developed the relationship with their players as a man to man, or as a young man, as a man to a young boy who has got your eyeballs on you, who's looking for leadership. And that's when you get them eyeballing you, it'll work. Now, you're not going to roll the tables right off the bat, but you'll get the program the right way.
Like Chan Gailey always said, let's do it the right way.
There you go.
Let's do it the right way, and hopefully Charles Henderson High School.
The facilities are through the roof up there. Didn't they just build a brand new practice facility two years ago, I believe, as well, right next to the weight room?
Yes, there's a place to practice there,
Charles Henderson got the best facilities in the country.
Well, one thing
you got an indoor facility. Nobody has that except maybe Greenbluff. I think has one.
Yeah. Well, one thing I would do is I'd walk out the back door of that gym, and behind the band room, there's a huge field back there that needs sprucing up. That's where the band practices, but that field needs cleaning up. It needs rerouting or whatever, cut down stuff, and I would develop that into a fantastic facility, a place to practice, and to have JV games possibly or whatever. The middle school has a beautiful place. But there's a lot of things over there that you can still improve upon. But I have full confidence in the administration, and I think it's going to be the right hire, whoever it may be.
No question about it. Of course, we hope that you've enjoyed our show, brought to you by Health Actions Physical Therapy, and boy, they're the pros. They really do a great job, and we appreciate them. Also, Sandbuck Insurance, Denny Sanford on the square in downtown Troy. One heck of a great bunch of folks. And of course, we want to mention A1 Services, Terry Moats. You got air conditioning work, heating. That's the one to call. And Ideal Graphics, they've done us a wonderful job over the years, and we appreciate them very much.
And the Salvation Army, next Thursday, they're having the $10 Camp Stew sale, $10 per quart. Reserve yours. Call 808-1069. The Camp Stew sale by the Salvation Army.
And we appreciate Kim coming on today, and boy, what a great job she does. I tell you, she's got energy that I don't know where it comes from. She's just a wonderful administrator of Salvation Army. I want to mention Jean's Flowers, and we appreciate them being a part of our show. They can send flowers to any place in the world. And of course, want to tell all of you how much we appreciate you, and I hope that you'll watch us again tomorrow.
I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Mike, have a good day in Florida.
You have a good day. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.